In today's video, I'm going to be trying something crazy with this very expensive truck. I'm going to be trying to lift the front end of this truck, which is very heavy, by the axle tube. Now, at this point in the video, drop a comment. Let me know what you think is going to happen. I haven't tried this yet. I have no idea what's going to happen. I know this is something that is not generally done, but I've lifted these trucks from the center diff before. But the problem with the front end of these four-wheel drive Fords is the diff is not in the center. The pig, the pumpkin, whatever you want to call it, is not in the middle of the truck, so it gets unstable pretty fast. If you try to go up, it will only lift one side of the truck, and then even so, it starts to get a little tippy with the floor jack. So what I'm going to try is to just use the axle tube. Now, we're doing this on camera here for the first time ever. I've been researching this online quite a bit, trying to find out information on whether or not this is okay. Will it cause damage? Will it bend or break or anything like that? And nothing. There's no information on this. There's nobody online that I could find that ever tried to do this and had it fail or had it break or crack or anything like that. As you can see though, looking at this tube, it extends quite far into this casting of the housing. I don't know if it's forged or cast or whatever, but it extends quite far into there. You can see it actually in that hole. There's some pretty hefty welds right there. There's two there, there's one there. And what's on the other side? Probably more welds, but I'm not sure. So there's at least three chunky welds in the front. Like I said, one there and one or two up top there. So will this break? Obviously, I don't think it will, because this is a very expensive truck, and we're going to be doing something that is certainly not recommended. And for the record, I don't recommend doing this. I don't want anyone to get hurt trying to recreate this video, but nonetheless, I'm doing this to see what the outcome will be. This is a F450 pickup truck with a diesel engine, so this is going to be heavy. So nonetheless, let's hurry up and get into this. Let's jack up the truck and see what happens. So I'm just going to set this camera here, maybe back it up some, so that we can see everything going on. Okay, going up. Moment of truth. What's going to be the outcome here? So far, nothing's happening abnormally. The tires are starting to lift off the ground evenly because we're in the middle. Oh, she's heavy. So this is a 4-ton jack. It's gonna be important to make sure that your floor jack is rated for what you are jacking up, as well as your jack stands. We have 6-ton jack stands going in. And so right now, both the wheels are off the ground. And yeah, that's it, and that's that. So the interesting thing about this is, from the standpoint of the floor jack, it's super stable, not lifting one wheel off in the corner. I know when I try to avoid this particular spot on the axle, sometimes one wheel will lift up here on the jack, compared to right now, the thing is just planted, stable, and everything. So from the standpoint of the jack itself, super stable. But the question is, can the truck take it? Now, super stable, nothing moved, nothing tweaked. The thing went straight up in the air, both the front wheels off. Let me pop under here, take a visual. of the tube. Now, underneath the truck, is the tube deforming? Is it bending in any kind of way? Let's see here. Getting up close, it looks to be pretty unaffected, but like I say, I'm not recommending anyone try this. Now, one thing I did try in the past is I've tried to just avoid the tube and just catch this area here, and I kind of wish that this thicker casting was just wider so that you had a place to put your jack, because it's just not wide enough. But nonetheless, this seems to be a strong enough part of the axle, because we're so close to all this thicker metal. And honestly, to be completely honest with you, I believe the tube is going to be strong enough in general, but I can't confirm that. You've got to read your owner's manual and go off of what the owner's manual says. Now, going off what the owner manual says, they tell you that you can't use the diff, the tubes. They say don't lift on any of that. So I recommend following the owner's manual, because they are the end all be all, know it all, end of the road. Trust them. So nonetheless, I'm trying this out. It seems like it's working. So what's nice about this way is I can actually now safely, relatively safely, put jack stands under both the sides, right by the hub, where I know it's pretty strong. I know it's going to be able to sustain the weight, and pretty confident in that spot right there, right by the spring. Pretty strong part. But normally, if you were to use this point, which I believe is a jack point, well, you're going to be wanting to use a properly rated floor jack stand. 6 tons right here, good for this type of a workload. But it's wide. It's got a wide base, and if you put it under here, next to the floor jack at the jack point recommended from Ford, then you can't fit the jack stand underneath the axle. So going here makes it go straight up, one move, and you can fit your jack stand on both sides and do everything a lot faster. So comment below, let me know what you guys think about this jacking point. I'm going to lower it down, and we'll take a quicker or a closer look at this tube to see if there's any type of damage. Lowering the truck, let's pull out the jack and see the damage. All right, so the jack's out. Is there even any marks on this thing? Literally, after doing that, not a single mark. I couldn't even, maybe did I scratch the paint? Maybe, I think I might have just barely even scratched the paint here on the back. But yeah, there's no marks or anything. It didn't even dent it. Not even any kind of dent. Let's take a quick look at the back side here. So coming back here, there's another one of those welds. So in order for me to break this thing, I gotta break this weld. Can't really see up top. There's another one up top. So there's 2 over here. One here, and then there's 3 in the front. This thing ain't breaking. This thing ain't breaking at all. It's so freaking solid. So comment below, let me know what you think. By no means do I recommend it, but I think this might be my new move. You know, lifting up this front end avoiding doing this for a while has been pretty difficult. But now that I've done it, now that I've tried it, now that I've put a lot of thought into it, researching the thicknesses of the tubes and all that, I think this is going to be my new go-to. It's just, I mean, I've been lifting these trucks for a long time, and even on the frames, there's always a little bit of flex. You know, you go and lift up on the frame, you get a little bit of a dent or a bend. Like if I were to put this jack under the frame, the issue with the frame, if I lifted it here, the issue is my jack's not going to go up high enough because the frame's just too high, and then the axle's going to drop down a little because it's going to become unsprung, and then it's going to, so with these trucks it's just better to lift the axle because then it stays sprung, and you just, unless you got a ton of lift on your floor jack, which you'd need a high lift floor jack. So yeah, seems to be working. I'm going to keep on doing this way. I think these Dana axles are just so overbuilt on these trucks. I wouldn't worry. I'm not worried about it. So anyway, comment below. What did you think was going to happen? I hope you left that comment earlier. And from my observations, there's been nothing. And my name is Sean. This is DS Trucks. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel for more videos. And yeah, hope to see you guys in the next one. And by no means do I recommend anybody do this, or anything for that matter. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Sub DS.